Okay, question 19. When bread dough is cooked, the carbon dioxide present in the dough expands. A dough sample contains 0.10 dm cube of CO2 at 25 degrees Celsius. What volume will it expand to when the dough is cooked to 100 degrees Celsius, assuming constant pressure? Okay, now before this we have done the gas equation. P1 V1 upon T1 is equal to P2 V2 upon T2. Okay, now pressure is constant, so straight away you can strike this off. P1 and P2 will be same. Okay, so V1 upon T1 is equal to V2 upon T2. Now these temperatures that are given, they are in degrees centigrade. We have to convert them into degrees Kelvin by adding 273. So 25 degrees Celsius, that is T1. This is going to become 25 plus 273, which is 298 K. And T2, the new temperature, higher temperature, which is 100 degrees Celsius, you add 273. So this is going to become 373 K. Okay. V1 is given to us, that is 0.10 dm cube. V2 you are supposed to calculate. So V1 upon original temperature is 298. This is equal to V2.
Sir, V1 will be 0.1, right?
V1 is 0.1 dm cube. T1 is the original temperature, which is 298 K. This is equal to V2. We are supposed to calculate the new temperature is 100 degrees Celsius, which is 373 K. Okay, this is a simple equation. You are going to calculate the volume V2.
So the mistake which I made, I did this, and that's why I got the answer as 0.4 dm3.
Okay.
So the answer is 0.13 right now, dm3.
Okay. Okay, a sample has the volume of x dm cube at 20 degrees Celsius. If the pressure is half, so pressure you make it half. What temperature is required to maintain the volume of x dm cube? So volume is remaining constant. Temperature original is given. You have to convert this into Kelvin, add 273. Okay. Pressure is becoming half. So again, same formula we are going to use. P1 V1 upon T1 is equal to P2 V2 upon T2. Volume is remaining same. So V1 and V2 will get cut. And you will solve this.
So I made the same mistake here also. I wrote the I took x both the sides. So I took the volume as same side. Wrote let the volume be x.
So this pressure I'm going to take 2. So new pressure is going to become 1. Then this temperature will be 20 plus 273, that is 293. This is equal to T2. This temperature that you are going to get, it is going to be in terms of Kelvin. You can convert that into degrees Celsius by subtracting 273. Now 1.297 grams of one of the halogen group 7 was found to occupy a volume of 450.0 centimeter cube at the pressure of 749 millimeters Hg mercury and the temperature of 23 degrees Celsius. Which halogen was it? Okay, so I'll put all the values. P1, V1, T1, P2, V2, T2. First I'm going to do this. Okay, original pressure is 749. I'm supposed to take it at STP. So this pressure is going to be 760 mmHg. Okay, original volume is 450 cm cube. This volume is, we are supposed to find original temperature is 23 degrees Celsius. So in Kelvin plus 273. So this is going to become 296 Kelvin. Okay, standard temperature is 0 degrees Celsius. So 0 plus 273, that is 273 Kelvin. I'm going to apply the formula P1V1 upon T1 is equal to P2V2 upon T2. I'm going to find this volume V2. Yeah.
So won't we convert V1 into dm cube, or it will
Afterwards,
remain
we'll
with
see
the
that
same?
later. We'll see that later. First you substitute this value and calculate this. So this is 749 into 450 upon T1 is 296. I'll bring these other quantities also over here on the left hand side. Okay, T2, this will come up, that is 273 upon this pressure is 760. This is equal to V2. Just use your calculator and get this value. How much is this value? I'll give you time to copy down. Don't copy down just now. Just give me this value. Or should I calculate?
No, I've calculated. It's 409.03
centimeter cube. Okay, this is the volume that I'm getting. So now we have done molar volume. Molar volume is 22.4 dm cube, which is 22,400 centimeter cube at STP. So 22,400 cm cube is 1 mole. So 409.03 cm cube is how many moles? I think so the mass is given. Yeah, the mass is there. So we'll directly put this. Okay.
So should I give the answer?
Just wait.
I calculated on the calculator.
This mass is, in terms of mass, if you are going to take, it is going to be 1.297. Okay. We don't need moles, so we can skip this part directly. Okay. So 409.03 centimeter cube, this is the mass. The mass is given to us. Okay. That many moles, whatever is there. So 22,400 centimeter cube will be one mole. We are going to cross multiply these two values. We'll multiply this both and we'll multiply these both. We are going to get the mass of 1 mole. Once you get the mass of 1 mole from the periodic table, you will be able to tell which gas or which halogen it is.
So done.
Okay.
Yes, it's coming out to be 70.7 grams. The
70.7, so that is approximately 71 grams. Okay, from the periodic table, if you look at, chlorine is 35.5 Cl.
yeah.
So Cl2 will get multiplied by 2, so it's going to become 71.
71, yes.
So this halogen is chlorine, that is Cl2. The important part is they have given here that it is group 7. So you have to realize that it is diatomic. So you don't directly, because it's not a monoatomic gas, it is not something like it's not something like helium or something that directly whatever mass you get, you look into the periodic table. Okay, so this part you have to realize and make it out. Even for other atomic weights also, molecular masses also, for example, phosphorus is there, phosphorus may be P4. So in that case, you'll have to work that out. There may the number of atoms may be different. See the next question. Hydrogen gas may be prepared by the reaction of zinc granules with dilute hydrochloric acid. What mass of zinc is required to produce 2.6 dm cube of hydrogen gas at 102 kilopascals at 30 degrees Celsius? Okay, first of all, what we are going to do is we are going to get the volume of hydrogen gas at RTP or STP. We are going to get the volume of hydrogen gas at STP, standard temperature and pressure. So P1 V1 upon T1 is equal to P2 V2 upon T2. Okay. So the original pressure given to us is 102 kilopascals multiplied by the original volume is 2.6 dm cube. Original temperature is 30 degrees Celsius plus 273. So that is 303 Kelvin. This is equal to, these are the STP conditions, standard temperature and pressure. So this pressure is 101 kilopascals multiplied by, we are going to calculate this volume, and standard temperature 0 degrees Celsius plus 273. So this is 273 Kelvin. Okay, so this is going to give us the volume V2, which is going to be equal to, you just have to calculate this, 102 into 2.6 upon 303 multiplied by 273 will come up here, 10 will come here. This is the volume of hydrogen gas that we are going to get. How much is that volume?
So the volume is 2.37. 2.37.
2.27 dm cube.
So 2.3737.
Okay. So 2.37 dm cube, this is the volume of hydrogen gas that we are getting. Now we will come to the equation. Okay. The equation of zinc and hydrochloric acid is very simple. Zn plus HCl. Zinc chloride is ZnCl2 plus H2. Okay. The balancing of equation is simple. You just have to multiply 2. But we are considering over here zinc and hydrogen. The mole ratio is 1:1. Okay. So 1 mole of zinc will give me 22.4. I'm taking it direct dm cube of H2. How much is the atomic mass? This is 1 mole. We are applying it to 1 mole.
Yeah, so 1 mole.
Atomic mass of zinc from the periodic table.
So 1 mole. So from the periodic table which you have sent, right?
Recent one.
65.37.
65.37 grams. 65.37 grams of zinc is going to give me 22.4 dm cube of hydrogen.
Yes.
So how much of zinc is going to give me 2.37 dm cube of H2? I just have to cross multiply these. That's going to be the final answer.
So it's going to be 6.92 grams.
6.92 grams of zinc.
Understood, sir. So can you just scroll up?
Okay, 23rd question. The compound cisplatin PTNH3 twice Cl2 is used as a possible agent in destroying certain types of tumor cells. Okay, tumor cells are basically cancerous cells. It is synthesized, that is prepared by the following reaction. This is the reaction that I've copied here. K2 PTCl4, that is aqueous. So here there will be concentration involved, plus 2 NH3, giving you PTNH3 twice Cl2. This is a solid, plus 2 KCl. This is the equation. Okay. Now what volume of 0.0338 moles per dm cube of K2 PTCl4 would be required to generate 0.662 grams of cisplatin? Okay, basically what is there is here the mass of cisplatin is given to us, that is 0.662 grams. Okay, from this I will be, from the molecular mass of this substance, from the molecular mass of this substance PTNH3 twice Cl2, we will be able to get the moles of this. Okay, from this we are going to get the moles of this substance. The mole ratio is 1:1. Once you get these moles, you will get the moles of this part also, which will be same. Once you get the moles of this, then you are going to use concentration formula. Okay, the concentration formula is moles divided by volume in dm cube. And if you are going to bring this volume over here, moles is equal to concentration. I'll just rearrange these terms so that I can write as one subject formula. So I'll bring this volume up over here. This is equal to moles. These are the moles that we have calculated over here, divided by concentration. This concentration is already given to us. I'm just quickly repeating this. This is the mass 0.662 given of cisplatin, which is this. Get the molecular mass of cisplatin. From that, get the moles. This will give us the moles of K2PTCl4. Once you get the moles of this, we are going to use concentration formula, and we are going to calculate the volume by using this formula. Try to work this out on your own and send me the answer. Okay, So this 24th question is similar to this only, but here there is a factor of limiting reagents. Both of these are aqueous solutions. Sodium hypochlorite is basically this OCl minus NaOCl, that's the formula. So this is given. The volume and concentration is given. From this you will get the moles of sodium hypochlorite. Also the volume of solution of ammonia and the concentration of ammonia is given. From this you will get the moles of ammonia. Then the ratio, mole ratio is 2:1. Get the moles of both of this and you find out which one is the limiting reagent. And whichever is the limiting reagent, that you will take for moles of N2H4 and you will find the mass of N2H4 by multiplying by relative molecular mass. Try to work this out on your own. It's not a difficult question. You see, for both substances, for ammonia as well as this OCl minus, we are given here the volume of solution as well as the concentration of the solution. So from this we will get the moles of ammonia. Even we are given the volume of sodium hypochlorite solution as well as the concentration of sodium hypochlorite solution. That is this. So from this you will be able to calculate the moles of OCl minus. And once you calculate the moles of this one and this one, both of these NH3 and OCl minus, then you find out which is the limiting reagent from the mole ratio. Whichever is the limiting reagent, that many number of moles you are going to take for N2H4. Try to do this. You should be able to get it.